She's a witch. I'm a watchman. She's a witch.
So today we are going to talk about what happened at Rihanna's home in LA. We will also discuss some theories at the end, and I will share my own thoughts too, so make sure you stay till the end. And just a reminder, everything in this video is alleged. I am not a professional. All my information comes from public news sources. Please do your own research and form your own opinions. So just in case some of you do not know who Rihanna is, let me quickly tell you. Her full name is Robin Rihanna Fenty. She was born on February 20th, 1988 in Barbados and grew up in Bridgetown. As a child, Rihanna suffered from very intense headaches. Doctors even thought she might have brain tumors at one point. But interestingly, her health started to improve after her parents' divorce when she was just 14 years old. She did well in school and was known as a well-behaved student. She was interested in singing, dancing, and poetry. At age 16, she dropped out to pursue her music career, though she did eventually finish her high school degree. In 2003, Rihanna formed a music group with two school friends, and they auditioned for American producer Evan Rogers. He was so impressed by Rihanna that he invited her to record demo tapes. One of those songs was Pon de Replay. That demo tape reached Jay-Z, who had just become president of Def Jam Records in 2005. After auditioning for him, Rihanna signed a 6-album contract and moved to the US. Her music career took off, and she went on to win multiple Grammys and became one of the best-selling music artists of all time. In 2016, after releasing her last album, she stepped back from music to focus on her beauty brand, Fenty Beauty. Launched in 2017, it became famous for its wide range of shades for all skin tones. Time magazine named it one of the best inventions of 2017. Fenty Beauty is now valued at around $2.8 billion, and Rihanna owns a 50% stake in the company. This brand is what made her a billionaire. But with this level of fame and fortune also comes some very scary downsides, like obsessed fans who take things way too far. On March 8, 2026, the Los Angeles Police Department reported that Rihanna's Beverly Hills home, where she lives with her partner A$AP Rocky and their 3 children, was shot at multiple times with an AR-style weapon.
And 8052, shooting just occurred. Approximately 10 shots heard and an unknown person shouting, code 3 incident 1920 RD 809, semi-traditional.
8052, incident 1921, all units, 8020 responding closely from Santa Monica and Stoner to...
Talk to you, can show us back in.
8052, roger, other unit with the message repeat.
81 shows back in from the station.
All units 81 backing from the station to...
Ortiz units at 8028, additional, your shooting just occurred. The PR believes the shots came from across the street of the upper gate. The PR does not have visual. No further. It's additional 1921.
Westville unit, shooting just occurred. This vehicle is a white Tesla, SC northbound on Coldwater. 10 gunshots fired from the vehicle at the gate. Code 3, incident 1932, RD 809.
Air 10, can you find out the make of that Tesla? I'm sorry, the model.
Air 10, somebody. Maybe are you still on the line?
Number 2, passenger, for the description, the passenger was firing a gun. Additional on incident 1932.
Here you go, the model of the car.
Philadelphia 6, roger. Westville units responding, shooting just occurred. Suspect vehicle is a 2023 to 2024 Tesla 4-door with paper license plate, unknown model. Additional incident 1932. At 853, the suspect vehicle was last seen going southbound on Coldwater Canyon. Stand by, the peers attempting to check the camera footage for a license plate.
85, show us code 100 on Sunset and Coldwater.
8052, repeat across to Coldwater.
Sunset.
Sorry, that's 8052, code 100, Sunset, Coldwater.
Beverly Hills notified. 81, was there a license plate number on the Tesla?
Maybe are you still on the line?
Stand by, the peers attempting to look at the camera footage for the license plate.
All units, additional on the shooting just occurred. Suspect vehicle was last seen Coldwater Canyon, additional on incident 1921.
Zebra 2, it's going to be a Tesla Model 3, white in color. Stand by for the plate. Air 10 will copy, we're in the area.
Everything's in the area.
82 confirm it was southbound Coldwater. 7834, roger.
All units, additional on the shooting just occurred. Suspect vehicle is a white Tesla Model 3, license plate David Paul 38 Edward 1, David Paul 38 Edward 1, last seen northbound from 1200 block of Benedict Canyon.
AZ1, that's just a possible.
Search impossible. Temporary plate David Paul 38 Edward 1, David Paul 38 Edward 1.
859. I just spoke to the primary and it's going to be a verified. That's the plate and the vehicle traveling on Benedict northbound.
Okay, Friday, Roger.
According to the LAPD chief, 8 people were inside Rihanna's home when this happened. Rihanna, ASAP Rocky, their 3 children, Rihanna's mother, and 2 staff members were all there at the time. And according to reports, Rihanna and ASAP were actually inside an Airstream camper parked on their property when the shots were fired. The Airstream was hit directly. A female suspect was taken into custody. Her name is Ivana Ortiz, a 35-year-old woman from Florida. She allegedly drove up to Rihanna's home in a white Tesla and opened fire at the house and the Airstream with a semi-automatic weapon. Multiple bullet holes were seen on the front gate, the exterior of the home, and on the Airstream itself. Now this is where it gets strange. The Airstream was parked right in front of the house. This woman allegedly drove her Tesla right up to the front, fired through the Airstream, and the shots went straight into the house as well. 2 people at a neighboring house were also put at risk. Ivana was charged with 1 count of attempted murder, 10 felony counts of assault with a firearm, and 3 felony counts of shooting at an inhabited dwelling. She was initially held on a $10 million bail, which was later reduced to $1.875 million.
Here to announce the charges that have been filed against Ivana Lisette Ortiz, a 35-year-old woman from Orlando, Florida, in connection with the case in which she has now been arraigned. And by the way, that arraignment date has now been continued to March 25th. The charges that have been filed against Ms. Ortiz include 1 count of attempted murder, 10 felony counts of with a semi-automatic firearm, and 3 felony counts of shooting at an inhabited dwelling or camper. Any charges that have been filed, as I've said very often, are just that. They are not the evidence that we are presenting in court. That evidence will be presented in court at the appropriate time, at which point we intend to convict Ms. Ortiz of all the charges which have been leveled at this point beyond a reasonable doubt to either a judge or a jury. But summarizing the allegations that exist so far, on March 8th at approximately 1:20 p.m., Ms. Ortiz is accused of driving up to the residence of Rihanna, at which point she fires from her semi-automatic weapon multiple times at the residence. In that residence, Rihanna was there with her partner, her 3 children, her mother, and 2 staff people, representing 8 of the 10 of the counts of dealing with the semi-automatic firearm. In addition, Ms. Ortiz is accused of firing at a neighboring residence that had 2 additional individuals. That is why there are 10 felony counts of a firearm. And there are 3 felony counts of inhabited dwellings. There are actually 2 dwellings at Rihanna's residence. There's a Airstream camper in which 2 individuals were located, as well as a house on that property, and then there was the neighboring property. That is why there are 3 felony counts of at an inhabited dwelling or camper. What happened after Ms. Ortiz at these various residences and people is that she then traveled through Beverly Hills, eventually ending up in Sherman Oaks. And then at that point, within hours, she was arrested.
Ivana's lawyer entered a not guilty plea on her behalf, but then requested her arraignment be postponed to March 25th, 2026.
Veterans Rights Center plea of not guilty, denying any and all special allegations, enhancements, and fires.
Yes, Your Honor.
A plea of not guilty is entered on behalf of your client.
Your Honor, first we'll ask that you waiving time for arraignment plea for 2 weeks.
So you're requesting to...
Yes,
okay, so... To what date, I'm sorry?
We can get 2 weeks from today.
The not guilty plea entered by this court is withdrawn. Counsel requesting to waive time for arraignment plea to March 25th, 2026. Ms. Ortiz, you have a statutory and constitutional right to be arraigned today. Your counsel is requesting that your arraignment be continued to March 25th, 2026. Do you waive your right to a speedy arraignment so that your arraignment can be heard on March 25th, 2026?
Yes.
Is counsel joining the waiver?
So join.
The court finds that the defendant has made a knowing and intelligent waiver of her right to a speedy arraignment and that her counsel joins in that waiver. Both agreeing that the next court date of March 25th, 2026 is the date of the arraignment.
Yes.
Counsel, do you have a protective order?
Yes, Your Honor, I have a protective order that I will prepare currently. I'll approach with the order. And is the court setting bail on this matter?
Counsel reserving?
Yes.
Counsel is reserving. The court will set bail at $1,875,000.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So, Ms. Ortiz, at this time, the court will issue the protective order. The protected persons are Robin Fenty and Raycom Myers. The court finds good cause to issue the protective orders and will order that you not harass, strike, threaten, follow, stalk, destroy, damage personal or real property, disturb the peace, keep under surveillance, or block the movements of the protected persons. You must have no contact with the protected persons. That means no in-person, no telephonic, no electronic contact. You're not to own or buy or try to buy or receive a firearm or ammunition. If you have any firearms or ammunition, you must surrender them to local law enforcement or store them with a licensed gun dealer within 24 hours of this order. Additionally, if you surrender or store those items, you must you file a receipt with the court within 48 hours of this order. You're not to, the court finds good cause to order that you not be in the possession of firearms or firearm parts or ammunition. You're not to own or buy or possess body armor. Additionally, you must not attempt to or prevent any victim or witness from making any reports to law enforcement or from testifying at a hearing. You must have no contact, once again, with those two protected persons. You must stay 100 yards away at least from the protected person's home, job, vehicle, and from. You must also, the protected persons may record any prohibited communications made by you. You'll be personally served with a copy of the protective order in open court. No additional proof of service to fight. Should the defendant post bail somehow, if bond is posted, the court will, in addition to ordering compliance with the protective order and forced violence weapons condition, the court will also order GPS monitoring. And that's, once again, in the event Ms. Ortiz is able to post that bond. Anything further?
Nothing from the bench.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Nothing from the people.
Maybe the postponement was requested so that a mental evaluation could be done on Ivana to see if she is capable of standing trial. If she is convicted, she could be facing life in prison. Authorities say they do not know Ivana's exact motive, but the internet has its own ideas. Since Ivana's arrest, people online have found many disturbing social media posts and videos where she was calling out Rihanna and other celebrities. In one post from February of this year, she tagged Rihanna and made very offensive comments directed at her. In her videos, Ivana also claimed that Rihanna was personally harassing her, trying to end her life and using witchcraft against her.
Listen, Rihanna, when you die, God is taking me to my future. You want to kill me. Shut, she's a witch. I'm a watchman. She's a witch. Get that stupid girl out of here. Okay?
That's why you got Rihanna over there all jealous. Because how am I, because her faith is the devil. Rihanna's faith is the devil, okay? I don't like her, and she's always trying to steal from me. And she has not ever put out any music to reach people. She only did her little music thing so that she can do witchcraft. And so that she can steal from people. So everybody, please, don't listen to her, don't follow her, don't give that girl any air, space, or time. Because she's stealing from you. Okay? She's stealing from you. So you guys need to wake up and don't give that girl any attention. They want to come over here and steal my thoughts.
That's Satan. He just wants to kill something beautiful. Just like his Rihanna.
So even though the devil and Rihanna are very loud, God and Jesus Christ are doing something, and myself. Look at the devil. He doesn't want it to be me. He doesn't want me to be a Christian woman of God. Because that's what it is. That's why I'm indifferent to Rihanna. I'm indifferent to a lot of your girls, devil. They may be loud. Rihanna and the devil may be very loud. But that's not power. That's not power. Rihanna even said, I oink, about herself. She's like, I oink like you. And no, that was on a day when I was doing day trades and I was trading ION. Look up the tracker.
You're not the eagle. They will soar high on wings like eagles. Rihanna wants to say that we are flying. That we are flying and we're not.
Lord God, I pray that you yank Rihanna by her freaking wig, by the mop on her head, and throw her all the way across darkness. In Jesus' name. Her spirit is in the spirit of the world, and it is very non-purposeful. Very non-purposeful. And it's very intrusive, and I rebuke it in the name of Jesus.
Ivana also appears to have a YouTube channel with over 100 videos about religion and conspiracy topics. Some videos are over an hour long, and she mentions Rihanna several times in them.
A ray of force at me to push me down. I don't want you, and you don't go there. And you know what? God's judgment is going to be overwhelming against you when he grabs you and throws you down. I've already seen it. You saw Rihanna. You saw her picture. She has a very big forehead and an ugly, ugly nose. That's God's judgment on her. I keep telling her to stop harassing me. To stop harassing me. And she keeps doing it. She keeps harassing me. And I already bought stock in Ulta. And I have staked in Ulta. So now those energies can't harass me when I go into Ulta anymore. When I go into Ulta, the devil tries to antagonize me or instigate against me by the pictures that are there. But you know what? I bought steak in there and I said, you know what, forget you. This is mine too. This is mine too. You're not going to be throwing bad energy at me when I'm coming to the store. So I went and I bought stock. And then when I went in there, I saw Rihanna. She looked so bad. That's the judgment of God. And I thank God for that. So just the way God did that judgment, the same energy, the same devil that is trying to be around me and make my area uncomfortable.
She also mentioned other celebrities like Cardi B, Kim Kardashian, Drake, Mariah Carey, and Ariana Grande in her videos. But despite all of this, there is no evidence that Rihanna has ever met or even interacted with Ivana. So who exactly is Ivana? Records show that she may have previously worked as a speech therapist in Florida. She has prior arrests, including a domestic violence case in 2023. She lost custody of her children due to mental health issues in previous arrests. She was also reportedly placed under Florida's Baker Act, which allows law enforcement to temporarily hospitalize someone for a psychiatric evaluation. She even once tried to legally stop a Billie Eilish concert in Florida, but that petition was denied. Now, there are some theories about what really happened. Some people think this may have been staged for publicity, but that seems very unlikely, especially because Rihanna's young children were home that day. Others think that someone may have convinced Ivana to do this and that she was just being used. What I find really strange is that Ivana appears very mentally unstable in her videos. She lost custody of her children, she was Baker Acted, yet she was apparently able to drive all the way from Florida to Los Angeles, which is over a day's drive, charge her Tesla along the way, find Rihanna's exact address, and fire at the exact moment Rihanna and ASAP were sitting in that Airstream. That is a lot of planning for someone who seems so unstable. It is truly a miracle that nobody got seriously hurt. Maybe this was not even about Rihanna at all. Maybe it was connected to ASAP Rocky, who was acquitted just last year after facing up to 24 years in prison on felony charges. Could this have been some kind of retaliation? Or was Ivana simply an obsessed fan who went too far? Something about this whole situation feels very strange, and I personally believe there is more going on behind the scenes than what is being reported. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Have a wonderful week, everyone. Bye!